They're set. And they're off and racing. Good start out. Bronco Revolution jumped well together with Russian Roulette. So Clark's used his first bullet, leading on Russian Roulette clearly from Kaluikoi. Then came Bronco Revolution, Tequila Baby and Blue Illusion Handy. Then came Switzerland back on the rails in front of Bella Cardia. The Deputizer's back in the field. Things not looking good for Deputize there. Castagna in front of it. And Founders back last. Russian Revolution leads to the turn from Blue Illusion, the outside in the red cap. Then came Tequila Baby, Bronco Revolution, and Switzerland's creeping right up the inside. Russian Revolution at the 300 leads the way from Blue Illusion. Switzerland's looking for a gap and getting it now. Game on. Russian Revolution being challenged by Switzerland, who swooped and kicked away. Going to second, Castagna down the middle of the track with Russian Roulette fighting back, but it's a big win for Switzerland on debut, beating Castagna. Get odds there. Bella Kadash got up to run third. Deputized running on, then Russian Roulette. Further back to Bronco Revolution. Further back to Tequila Baby. Blue Illusion dropped off. Further back to Founder, and Kaluikoi was last in.
Damien Fitner's with me. Corey just touched on how professional he is, and that's exactly what he is. Yeah, as I said pre-race, look, he's come here like he'd been here a few times before. He was very relaxed. He was probably a bit too relaxed going into the gates. We just wanted him to wake up. But look, it was a great ride by Kieran. He wasn't very sharp out of the gate, so he just drove him to hold that spot, and that was probably the winning move. He was leaders back and following the one to beat, and when he got that gap, he shot through like a nice horse. He's going to be exciting when he gets up over a little bit further as well. Yeah, he is, and as you mentioned before, he's only small. He hasn't really filled out into his frame yet, so look, I'm sure the Coolmore Syndicate group are going to have a lot of fun with him moving forward. Indeed they will. Well done. Thank you. That was impressive, Kieran. Was, Brownie, yeah. He's been doing it nicely and just progressed from first time I started him there at the trials to Tuesday's work. And he's only going to get better. Typical of one of Chris's, he's got a good attitude, scope to improve a bit further, and fill out in himself, which is what I heard you pick up on there before. So it was nice to get him out and just use that gate a little bit. Didn't really want to be three back the fence if I could help it, and he come good for me when I needed him and done it quite cosy last bit. Good little turn of foot. Yeah, he did. He picked up for me once I got the gap, and I think there's more to come. He, as I said, he's done that on the easy side, so I'd say he'll go a little bit further and bit better grade, and you never know, you might see him in a couple of months' time, but he's a nice horse moving forward. Well done. Tough.
Stand by. Racing now. And being snagged back to last, the Guru. Isaiah jumped well, so did Satnus. And Patrika Miss was pretty sharp into stride. Stanley's got it going for Patrika Miss and goes underneath Satnus to hold the front. The favourite Magneteers landed a great spot. Third leader's back on the inside of Isaiah. And Decadent Tail drawn the outsiders, rolling forward around the field. A couple further back to Jamara Beaches covering ground from Olympic Theatre. Then Camanulus, the rails in the yellow cap. 2 lengths away to Wolves from Bluff and Bluster. And the Gurus last of all. Patrika missed in front of Satnus, who sits up a half length away. Decadent Tail strides to third, and the favourite given every chance, Magneteer, fourth on the rails. A length and a half to Isaiah. Jamara Beach doing it tougher today. Then Camanulus parked down on the rails from Olympic Theatre. Wolves is out 3 wide, starting a run at the 750. And the last 2, Bluff and Bluster and the Guru. So Patrika missed, trying to repeat the tactics of last time. Leads out by Nectar Satnus, followed then by Decadent Tail and Magneteer. Jamara Beach goes into 5th position on the outside of Isaiah. Then Camanulus as they race up to the the home turn. And it's Patrika missed in front. Now Sutton is placed under plenty of pressure. Over on the inside, Magneteer, just waiting for a bit of room. Then came further back to Decadent Tail. Running up behind them is Annulus. Patrika missed under pressure. Magneteer is scraping through a narrow gap. And meantime, Wolves and on the outside, Isaiah. It's Wolves and Isaiah. Isaiah takes the lead now from Wolves. Magneteer's out. It's Isaiah in front, clinging on, and Isaiah just got in from Magneteer. Olympic Theatre has finished in the third. Wolves peaked on the run, then Decadent Tail. Further back then to Annulus in the yellow cap. A gap to Bluff and Bluster from the Guru. Satnus and Patrika missed. The 2 leaders folded up. Jumeirah Beach doing plenty of work. It finished an outright last.
Scott Asprey joins me. Congratulations, Scott. He's just, Duff was saying it's taken him a while to get fit. Tongue tie on today, 3 kilos off. It worked.
Yeah, he's been carrying weight this prep, and I just wanted to give him the chance. He hasn't been able to show that turn of foot with the bigger weight, so I opted for the 3 kilo claim, and Molly's rode a perfect race on him, and he's really hit the line hard. So
first time over the 1600. Had he always shown you that he was ready for that trip?
I always thought he'd run a mile, but you don't know till you test them, and like Randwick mile's pretty tough, so he did it, so yeah, he proved me right.
Did you come here thinking he'd run well? Were you semi-confident?
I thought he'd win. Yeah, I was really confident. But, you know, you don't know. The only query I had was the 1600, and he ticked that box.
Indeed he did. Where now?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll push on for another run or give him a break for a month and then come back and sort of look at something when it's a bit wetter.
Nice trip up the highway back home. Well done.
Nice drive. Thanks.
Well ridden.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was a bit query of whether he'd handed the 1600, but the trainer was confident, and yeah, he showed that he was very strong late, so very happy.
You ended up with a perfect run from a tricky gate.
Yeah, definitely. I honestly thought I'd probably be leading, but when I jumped out, they kind of took each other on in the lead, and I ended up in the perfect spot just in behind them, and my horse was so happy there, so it worked out beautifully.
Well done.
Thank you.
Ready now, they're off and racing, and Blow Dart anticipated the start really well. Blow Dart's going to lead from Sung Blue, and Swift Charm right there, pushing through on the inside of Acapella Sun. Bonjour Rupert. Now Sung Blue drifting back as Overlord goes into third position. Midfield hit the rim on the fence from Syrian Star. Rolly Secret out deep. Further back to Leopardi, Atmospheric Rock, Baradas, and Nipotino is going to settle last of all. 750 out, and Swift Charm's gone up on the inside of Blow Dart. Bonjour Rupert travelling strongly in third on the outside of Overlord. A length and a half to Sun Blue. Acapella Sun next on the rails. Ollie Secret deeper out. Further back to Syrian Star. Atmospheric Rock moving into a wider position, starting a run. And 2 lengths away to Leopardi. Into the straight now, and Swift Charm and Blow Dart go stride for stride, coming up the rise. 2 lengths away, Bonjour Rupert. Overlord, Acapella Sun going back towards the inside. Atmospheric Rock coming right down the outside. It's Blow Dart, Swift Charm. Acapella Sun taking a rails run. Atmospheric Rock very wide out. Blow Dart still the leader. Blow Dart from Acapella Sun driving with Swift Charm. Blow Dart just in front. Blow Dart. Blow Dart beats Swift Charm at Acapella Sun. Atmospheric Rock fourth, followed by Bonjour Rupert and Syrian Star warming up at the end. They beat off Overlord. Then came Nipotino. Further back to Leopardi. Hit the rim. Ollie Secret, Baradas and Sung Blue.
Brett, congratulations. You've made many trips down the highway to try and win one of these races with this fella, and today he finally does it.
Yeah, he did. He's finally got a few things go his way. He's always drawn a bad barrier. When we did have good barriers, we had 62, 63 kilos and have to put kids on, and the horse has always showed the ability to do it. Like, he's won 3 races, 2 of them bush racing. He's won 200-something thousand in prize money. To come down here and just keep picking up good prize money and racing on good tracks and saving these good horses, are just really happy for everybody that he's won, and we've got a big bunch of people in him and a few of them here today, and we finally broke the rope with him. So, but he's the last run at Rose Hill, I was really happy with that. He missed some work about 10 to 12 days before it. Didn't get the extra gallop into him, and I thought he was very gallant that day, but today he just didn't lay down and got the money.
What were you thinking halfway at the straight? He was entitled to.
Yeah, I was still confident because we reckon he's the best we've ever had him, and things hadn't gone wrong. And Regan's a good, strong rider, and I was really confident today. I sent a message out to tell everyone he was the best we ever had him, and he proved it today.
What's in store for him now?
We won't be going to the country championships because he's had too many starts, thanks God. We aimed him towards it last prep and we shouldn't. He's a good sprinter and we'll keep him at that, and we might come back down to a midweeker or something like that. He's run second on a Saturday when they took it to Gosford, and he actually goes good, the horse, so we'll stick at something like that.
Well done, Brett.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Reed. Good effort.
Good tough win. He's a horse that he's always very consistent, but I think he has a good think about it. Just ended up in the ideal position today. Over 1200, he was able to travel well for me and get into a good rhythm and fought him off right through the line.
Was he overdoing it mid-race?
No, he wasn't bad at all, Branny. He just sort of tucks his head and gets into a good rhythm, and as I said, he hit the front a long way out. It was a long 100 metres, but he was able to fend him off.
Well done.
Thank you.
And the six of them are Offhand Racing, Stone Coat and Glory Days, the first two into stride from Kiptanui, Battleton, Redstone well taken back. And Mahagony's going to settle back last of all. So Stone Coat has been solidly back today, is going to hold the lead clearly. And the favourite Glory Days is happy to be in the slipstream second. A length and a half to Battleton. Then the long price Kiptanui without cover. A length further back to Mahagony. At Redstone Well's now been snagged all the way back to last. And about 7 lengths off the leader, which is Stone Coat. Has the lead all on its own at the 1,000 metres by 2.5 on Glory Days. They're followed after 2 lengths to Kiptanui on the outside of Battleton, and then came Mahagony parked on the inside of Redstone Well. Looks as though it's really picked up the bridle now, Redstone Well, maybe too well, starting to fire up a bit back in the field. So Stone Coat is free striding in the lead by 2 lengths on Glory Days. Then came Kiptanui from Battleton. Redstone Well is a length in advance of the other horse there, back on the inside, Mahagony, as they race inside the 600 metres. So Stone Coat looking to land good bets, leads the way from the favourite Glory Days. Then came Battleton. Kiptanui's come off the bridle. Then Mahagony on the rails, and Redstone Wells angling to the outside. Up the rails it rise now, and Stone Coat narrow leader. Glory Days is placed under plenty of pressure and quickly takes the lead now. Glory Days beating off Stone Coat. A good gap back to the remainder. There's 4 of them all in a line there coming down the straight, but Glory Days really opens the shoulders and is ripping clear for a big win. Glory Days. Redstone Well on the outside second in front of Mahagony, and Kiptanui's been able to battle on for 4th. Then came Battleton, and Stone Coat weakened out of it.
Well done, Aussie Joe. Nice effort from this fella, second up today, and it was a nice dominant win.
Yeah, it was a good win. It was, in the end it was easy. It worked out well. He found a good spot there without having to do any work. Obviously improved from his first up run. It was good late. That would give him a bit of confidence. Good to get a win from my racehorse. They're good supporters. And yeah, this horse is credit to the team. He's been off the scene for a while. Started preparation at Bong Bong, got a good base there. He spent a bit of time at the beach up at Bob's farm. And yeah, he's got quite a bit more to come.
Why the gap between the runs? Was there an issue, or just he's better fresh?
Yeah, he's good fresh, and obviously he was off for a while. And first, second up run, we don't like to run them back too soon, just like to give him a bit of time. And our first up run, he was on speed. He had a pretty tough run that day, so we had a couple of easy weeks after that. And yeah, that's a good thing about having different facilities. Can keep horses like that very fit when they're at the beach, and that was the case with him.
Well done.
Thank you.
Love you, Joe.
3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Nash. Was that as easy as it looked?
Yeah, look, he's a big boy. Like
felt like we were just getting to the top of him there near the post, and it was time to ease him down. So, it was sort of worked out nice. Jay, Adrian's horses rode to their strength, and that sort of staying Prow West really helped our bloke, really, because he was able to sit on top of that and build momentum, and it turned into a nice sort of staying race, which is to his strength.
Do you think they've got to the bottom of him yet?
Probably not, no. I think he's in for a good prep. He's obviously put the writing on the wall first up, and today he's taken nice improvement. They're taking their time with him, and knowing the stable, they've got bigger things in plan for down the track. And look, a horse who can come here after over 5 weeks off and do that, it's pretty promising going forward.
Well done.
Cheers.
All riders wearing black armbands in respect to the passing of Billy Kamer. Ready to go. Racing now. Great level line out. Extreme Freedom taken back to last. Dazzle Legends jumped a lot better today. Dom Pedro's starting to muster. And Good Lieutenant as well. And Ambassadors is up there as well. This is a good go for the lead. Caught wide, Good Lieutenant presses on the outside of Don Pedro. So Ambassadors will have to ease back into third. Dazzle Legend fourth. A couple off to Canadian Ruler in advance of the favourite Castilian. Malabar sits back together with Cadetship, and Extreme Freedom's last of all. Good Lieutenant, the roughie, worked to the lead. Crossed Don Pedro. Ambassadors left without cover, advancing its spot on the outside. 2 lengths then to Dazzle Legend, followed by Canadian Ruler, Castilian. Then came Malabar on the outside of Cadetship, and 2 lengths away to Extreme Freedom. They've got 800 metres to go, and Good Lieutenant worked to lead, out by a half length on Ambassadors. A length and a half to Don Pedro, ridden with cover today on the inside of Dazzle Legend. Then came Castilian from Canadian Ruler. Cadetship back on the inside of Malabar, and Extreme Freedom sees them all. They've got 500 metres to go. Ambassadors has been well back, moved up to eyeball the Lieutenant on the turn. Good Lieutenant roused along now from Ambassadors. Don Pedro's pushing away from the fence, although Dazzle Legend pushed him back in. He'll have to go, now he's all held up, Don Pedro. The runs are coming. Castilian up the fence, Canadian Ruler wide out, Malabar wide out, Cadetship held up for a run. Going right up the inside, Castilian. Dazzle Legend bursting through with Canadian Ruler. Dazzle Legend through the middle. Dazzle Legend with a head in front from Canadian Ruler, Castilian, and Dazzle Legend a lot closer in the run today, and Dazzle Legend beat Castilian. Canadian Ruler third. What a train wreck for Don Pedro. Oh dear. Further back, Malabar. Then came Extreme Freedom, Ambassadors, and Good Lieutenant. The 2 leaders weakened out of it.
Damien, well done. He was good here 2 runs ago, and then maybe a fraction disappointing last time out, but he's made up for it.
Yeah, he was. We made a gear change and put the Norton on. He's been a bit strong throughout, so that's obviously worked today. It was a great ride by Kieran. He held his spot and he held the main danger in the crucial stage up in the straights. And so the horses trotted up to the mile. He was very strong late, and he's only going to improve.
He really dug deep, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was really good. Good to see from Mr. Bond and the team. He's a horse that we had a bit of opinion on early, so he's been a bit disappointing of late, but hopefully the gear change and a bit of confidence now is doing a lot of good.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Macca. That was a nice win.
Yeah, it was pleasing to see him do that, Brownie. He'd had been knocking on the door, and last start, the gate didn't help him, having to go back, but today from the better draw, we're able to land closer, and always sort of been thinking that he might enjoy this trip, and that's what he did.
He doesn't give you a big turn of foot, but he seems to grind all the way through the line.
Yeah, it was interesting because I got there, held the other horse in, and then I thought, okay, I'll just time my run a little bit, didn't want to hit the front too soon. When that horse came on my left, I'm not even sure who it was, but it actually gave him a little bump and helped him along, almost spurted him into gear, so probably still learning his craft a little bit, and he could even go eventually a little bit further in trips, so nice to see him win that there today.
Well done.
For this over the 2,000 metres, the agency real estate handicap, and there's the light. Gates are back. They're off and racing. Mon Felicity jumped okay from barrier 1. Louisville being sent forward. So's Man Behind the Money, ridden with intent, and Aristonus is pretty handy as well. Kibosh on a wide path in the early stages, followed then by getting back a bit floating on the outside of Rondino, Almania, and Rebel Rama's last. Berry's been able to find the front here on Man Behind the Money. That was the plan, and he's been able to execute it out by a length and a half. Kibosh worked over to second, and Aristonus will sit in a handy third and do no work in the run today. Plonked on the inside of Louisville. Well, Clipperton's got him much closer than usual, Louisville. He's only 3 lengths off the front runner. 2 lengths to the grey floating in advance of Mon Felicity. Then came Rondino from Almania, and Rebel Rama being quietly ridden last of all. So Man Behind the Money at the 1,200 metres leads by 3/4 to Kibosh. Just getting a bit keen, the front runner. They're followed by Aristonus, leaders back third inside the well-fancied Louisville. 2 lengths then to floating, a length then to Mon Felicity, a gap further back to Rondino, Almania, and Rebel Rama's last of all. No change to the order, and Man Behind the Money is trucking along in the lead, out by a half length on Kibosh. 2 lengths away to Louisville, who's just partnering Aristonus in that position, and just ridden with a bit of cover behind them there is floating. Then came Mon Felicity from Rondino, Almania, Rebel Rama. Still no change to the order. Approaching the 600 metres, Man Behind the Money being eyeballed by Kibosh. Stride for stride they go. Louisville being nudged along now, peeling 3 wide coming to the turn. Then Aristonus from floating as they straighten up. Kibosh moved up on the outside of Man Behind the Money at the 300 and beat it off. Kibosh raced a length in front of Man Behind the Money. Floating, no excuses today down the outside. Then Aristonus, and Louisville's battling away between them. Kibosh at odds leads from floating a length away. It's Kibosh in front of floating, who's closing in. Kibosh and floating, lunges and got up. Floating knocked off Kibosh right on the line. Well, Louisville, what's happened today? Was he too close? He's battled away in third. Aristonus, no excuses. Then Mon Felicity from Almania. Man Behind the Money is cashless. Then Rebel Rama and Rondino.
Matt, congratulations. He was really good last start, but he's backed it up with an even better run today.
He has, and he was, like last time in, he's just a bit inconsistent with his racing. He was still a bit immature. But I don't think he's run a bad race this preparation, really. He's been really consistent. And look, he was really well ridden today, as he was last up by Zach. He's sort of got the hang of him, and it was good to see him strong late.
You've taken your time to get him over this trip. Have you held off for a reason?
Yeah, well, he kind of likes to do too much at home, so we just figured we'd just race him into fitness rather than training him too much at home and just hold your breath the last 50 metres. But I think with the foundation he's had into the preparation now, he was good and strong today.
Well done.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Zach. Nice little effort.
Yeah, very good effort. He ran really well last start, and I think he really put his best foot forward today and was very good through the line, which I was pleasantly surprised about, because I was a tad concerned with the 2,000, but that proved no worries.
You think the key was getting his toe into the ground?
Most definitely. He's obviously a horse that suits and benefits off a bit of giving the track, and the heavier it is, it's probably better for him. But he showed last start he can run well on a good track, and today, a bit softer. Yeah, he's put another good run in.
Well done.
Thank you.
And the light is on. Racing now, Felix Majestic jumped well. Louvois wasn't great out, so Felix Majestic bursts up the inside of Zoo Tiger to lead. Tamerlane rolling across out wide. Louvois starting to muster on the inside, so he's not in a position to pester the leader. Oscar Zulu camps behind, followed then by Daj Run, who's going to settle down midfield as they go into the first turn. Clear from Waihaha Falls, then Maximal, you called it, railing through. 3/4 to Rabamos, and the last 2, Cuban Real and Bold Mac. The well-strung strong out down the side. Felix Majestic has the lead all on his own today in the hands there of Jason Collard, led out by 2 lengths on Zoo Tiger. Louvois third, then came Tamer Lane. The pace is good. 2 further back to Daj Run, who looks in a going mood today on the outside of Oscar Zulu. Length and a half then to Way Ha Ha Falls. 3 further back to Maximal. You called it being roused along, going between runners with Rabamos that's outside as they turn. Felix Majestic still travelling, coming into the straight with Zoo Tiger sticking on the outside. A length and a half away then to Tamer Lane. Further back to Louvois and Way Ha Ha Falls. 6 off the lead, starting to run on. Zoo Tiger really turns it on now. Zoo Tiger pokes the neck in front from Felix Majestic. Then came Tamer Lane and a gap back to Way Ha Ha Falls. But Zoo Tiger in top form today. The Tiger roaring away. Zoo Tiger beats Tamer Lane and Felix Majestic. Way Ha Ha Falls fourth in front of Cuban Real. A gap back to Louvois. You called it. Then came Oscar Zulu, Rabamos, Maximal, Daj Run, Bold Mac, never a factor.
Well done, Tom. It's good to see him do that today.
Yeah, coming off his first up run, we were disappointed, and he's really bounced back with 2 strong efforts now, so he's back to his best.
Did you come into the race confident?
We came into the race, confident that all 3 would run well, and I just say that the winner there is probably just taken another step forward from his second up run, and strong performance.
What's John got in mind for him going forward now that we're approaching the carnival?
Good question. It's a good problem to have. It's on the top of my head, I can't really think, but he's obviously going to be destined for sort of that Group 3, Group 2 level, and may even now with a bit of confidence get hopefully back up to the top level at some stage.
What did you think of Way Ha Ha Falls?
It was excellent. It was a race that sort of horses on their top the whole way, and they're probably just slightly out of their ground. Same with Maximal, and then he ran up backsides. But Way Ha Ha looked good. Probably just potentially not the right setup today.
Congratulations, Zach. He ran well last time out, but that was the real Zoo Tiger today.
Yeah, most definitely. That was very good to see. He's obviously a Group 1 placed horse. He's a very good horse, and I think he just needed a couple of blowouts under the belt, and he's back today.
You felt the winner a long way out?
I did, yeah. I was able to ride quite confidently up the straight, and he just got into his lovely rhythm. He's a very big horse, big action. So once he finds that rhythm, he's awfully hard to beat.
Well done.
Thank you.
Just about set. They're racing. Conrad jumped well, so did Munitions, and Boston Rocks is pushing forward on the rails. Boston Rocks is going to lead, and Ung Pao sent forward wide out. Munitions darts into third position, and they've opened up a gap on Fire. Bandy's Boy Conrad taken back now, and the favourites Leggio 10 and Union Army are the last 2. Boston Rocks is the front runner, but being eyeballed a bit by Ung Pao the outside. He just sits up, and the pair go stride for stride. 2 lengths clear from Munitions. A length and a half to Bandy's Boy. Then came Fire. 2 further back to Conrad. Leggio 10 the rails, and Union Army is still a clear last as they race inside the 500. It's Boston Rocks on the inside of Ung Pao. Still nothing between the pair. 2 lengths away to Munitions. Then came Bandy's Boy from Fire. Conrad to the outside from Leggio 10, and Union Army's got it all to do. He's still last. Boston Rocks at the 300, a length in front to Ung Pao. Then Munitions from Fire. Leggio 10 into the clear. Bandy's Boy the inside. Forget Union Army. Boston Rocks being joined now by Munitions. Bandy's Boy up the fence. Bandy's Boy and Fire wide out. Bandy's Boy takes the lead, and Bandy's Boy beats Fire and Munitions. Then Conrad, followed by Leggio 10. Boston Rocks, Union Army never ever got into it, and Ung Pao weakened right out of it.
Denny Williams joins me. Congratulations, Denny. He's always been a beautiful horse to look at, but it was great to see him back and do that first up this prep.
Yeah, it was, Chantel. We weren't overconfident. The horse track work suggested he's not quite there yet, and we've just tinkered with a little bit of gear at this preparation to try and get him to settle a little. And barriers win races. He had a dream run in behind, and the stable wasn't confident, so we'll take a lot of improvement from this run. And I would expect to see the horse start and peak third and fourth up.
Are you thinking country championships?
Oh, it's always been our goal. We sort of planned after his last preparation to give him 3 starts prior to the country championship qualifier, and he's never won first up. He always needs a run, and as we saw last time in, it was third up. He improved quite a bit from first up, and he's still learning his trade, so he's still got a bit of improvement there.
Sounds like you've got a lot to work with.
Yeah, look, I think so, just given what we've seen at home so far.
Well done, Danny.
Thank you.
All right, Corey's alongside Jay.
Well done, Jay. This horse looks like he's got a lot of upside.
Yeah, he certainly does. What you've seen so far in his short career is just raw ability. He gets a lot wrong, like even when he snuck underneath him and come out the other side, all he wanted to do then was run off the track, and he ran off the track here as a 2-year-old many months ago. So, look, he lacks racecraft, as Danny said. He's inexperienced, but he's got a motor, So, Danny expected him to run well today, but did stress that he felt there was a lot of improvement there, I think, both physically and mentally. He should just continue to improve as he gets more experience. That'll do him the world of good. That's probably the first time scenario where he's been able to drop in behind and follow horses and teach him something, So hopefully that racecraft comes as he steps out each time, and he's pretty talented.
Well done.
Cheers.
Ready to go in the Toyota forklifts over 1,400 metres. Ready now. Off and racing, and a more victorious anticipated the start well, together with Danish Prince, Diamond out deep, High Blue Seas quickly on the scene, moving into 4th. Then came Crafty Eagle down on the rails. Further back then, a Super Chilled is plonked down towards the inside of Estadio Mestea, and 3 lengths away to the Ruffy Invincible Legend. So a more victorious will hold the front, do it clearly from Danish Prince a half length away. They're followed by Starman on a 3-wide path on the outside of High Blue Sea. Now Crafty Eagle starting to fire up on the inside, and he's put himself in a very awkward spot now. Further back to Estadio Mestea from Super Chilled. Invincible Legends last of a fairly bunching field. So a more victorious has had a soft lead here from Danish Prince. Starman on the outside of High Blue Sea, so the favourite pocketed at the moment. Crafty Eagle balanced up against on the fence. They're starting to improve. Estadio Mestea moves into a 3-wide spot. Then came Super Chilled and Invincible Legend. Turning for home, a more victorious Free Striding in the lead by 2 lengths on Danish Prince. Favourite boxed up here, High Blue Seas. Crafty Eagle the inside, Starman the outside. It can't get out. And the more victorious has gone for home. It slipped them 3-4 lengths in front. A great battle for the minors at the moment. Estadio Mestea down the outside of Starman, then Super Chilled. A more victorious off the sharp trials, going to treat these with contempt. A more victorious easily from Estadio Mestea second, Starman third. Super Chilled in a photo for 4th there with Crafty Eagle. It went pear-shaped for High Blue Seas, then Invincible Legend and Danish Prince.
I asked Luke earlier, and I hope the punters listened, and he said this was the best of them, and he got the job done. Well done.
Yeah, no, he was great. It was sort of a really good ride by Josh. He summed it up early. He was positive early, used him a little bit, but he got control of the race, and he kicked away. So it was a good win. I think there's a lot more in store.
He had a really good preparation last time out. Had he just maybe come to the end by the time he went to Dubbo?
Yeah, definitely. He wasn't his best at Dubbo. He just might have come to the end of it, but he's had a good break. His trials have been sharp. His work on Tuesday was probably the sharpest I've seen him work. And as I said to Josh yesterday, that I think he's come back better than ever.
He still looks, just condition-wise and coat-wise, he's got a lot of improvement to come.
Yeah, we were only looking at him when we were saddling him up, and he's just not quite there. He's still got a winter woolly coat, and he's holding on to it. But I think it all just points towards a good preparation, and even next preparation too. I think he's going to get better with time.
Do you know if there's any plans for him? Any races mapped out?
No, not really. We just sort of want to get him back and see him win, and get him back to a Saturday is a good start, and then we'll see where he can take us to this time.
Got total control of that race, Josh, but gee, that was impressive.
Yeah, exactly right, Corey. Yeah, we had control of it from the get-go.
that performance has been coming for some time, it feels. He's been showing glimpses of that sort of ability for a fair whack of time, and the ownership group's been very patient, as to is Bjorn and his team, and we get the rewards of that today.
It's hard to put a margin on it, but looking at him in the enclosure, there's plenty of upside. How much?
Oh, there could be a lot. Just in, like you said, looking at him in the yard, his coat hasn't come good just yet. Still a little bit fresh. His ears pricked at different points of the race. There's plenty of upside to him.
About a $74,000 payout in the Big Six if successful. We're ready to go. Racing now in the last, and jumping quite well was Wingardium there in the white cap with Winning Verse, and Either Or is rushing up on the inside. Tashi drives into a prominent position in advance of Wave Rider Boy. Rupertar taken back, and Junquera is back last of all in a three-wide position. Either Or scampers to a clear lead now, 2 lengths clear from Wingardium. Then came Winning Verse, 2 further back to Tashi on the outside of Wave Rider Boy. Then came Rupertar, and Junquera racing held up now last of all. Either Or extending the lead inside the 600 metres, just allowing it to run along by 3 lengths now. On Wingardium, Winning Verse the outside, and Tashi starting to improve pretty sharply on the rails. Wave Rider Boy gets onto its back. Further back then to Rupertar, and Junquera centre field is last. Into the straight, Either Or is being challenged now by Tashi, just ambled up on the outside, and quickly Tashi went past Either Or. A gap further back to Rupertar running on, and Junquera's not in the hunt. Tashi's flat out now, not accelerating. Rupertar going after Tashi. Tashi still in front. Either Or's fighting back on the inside. Tashi just in front. Tashi saw it out. Tashi by a neck on the line to Either Or, who's clung on to second in front of Rupertar the outside. Then came Winning Verse, Junquera. Never a factor. Further back to Wave Rider Boy, and Wingardium was last in.
Here's Paul now. Congratulations. Early on, she looked like she's going to put a margin on them, but she felt the pinch late.
Look, it's probably a little bit of first up scenario with her. She trialled probably nearly 3 weeks ago, and she's a filly that we don't ask a lot of at home, but let her get over sort of what she did at the trials and get a bounce back and feeling well again. And it's pretty much her in a nutshell. Just the fitness was going to be a factor at some stage, but couldn't resist off the good jaw and the way she mapped. She was awfully going to be hard to beat with that run she was going to get, and I thought Chad really saved her up for that last little bit, which probably was the making in the end.
How's she come back this prep?
She's always been that sort of black type level. We probably missed the boat a little bit through Brisbane last year, but I think probably this year's probably a definite target for her. Like I said, we don't get too many bites of the cherry with her throughout her preparation, but trying to make everyone count, and look, we've kicked off on a winning note, and this will only enhance the chances to get into those better races with that rating build up, and hopefully we can continue that way.
Nice way to end the day. Well done.
Thank you.
Nice enough win there, Chad, but isn't it funny how race can change complexion very quickly?
Yeah, it sure did. We jumped well, we had the perfect draw, just dropped my hands and let the speed go, and I ended up in a beautiful position straight away, but around the turn the leader obviously skipped along, and Josh sort of just half off the rail, so I got up inside of him, but because of that I sort of railed really well and hit the front really soon, so I sat as long as I could. But credit to her, she's very genuine now with her blinkers on. And she did a good job. She was pretty brave there.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.